Hi Aquarius, I am Chi and welcome to Luminance Tarot. I am new here on YouTube and I have a little intro special below. I hope that you'll check me out. I'm going to read for you today with the Deva deck. It's a 5-suit deck. 5-suit, figured out where my camera is. 5-suit deck. The 5th set is the Triax and it relates to the ethers. I will elaborate as it comes up in your particular story. And I hope you enjoy. So just calling in benefic teachers, guides, and ancestors for our wonderful Aquarius folks. We had a couple jumpers. You're already here. So that we can see what's going on with Aquarius through Aries season, March 21st through April 19th. I feel the desire to cut for you. And where are we starting? Here you are, Princess of Swords. Are you not wanting to make decisions? Are you kind of trying to, sometimes you guys try and like play all sides and it causes you confusion. So the cards know what they're doing. So how do you get into your intuition? How do you get into your inner guidance system, right? If you're just taking it all in, how do you listen from within? And is there so much danger in being yourself as opposed to the self created by the consensus of the world around you or whomever is influencing you? What happens when you're just yourself and you listen to you? Next up, the Emperor reversed. Very, very different energy. So I take it you're not, you're responding to authority and you do not, you're figuring, you do not know how, what is happening here. You don't know who to trust. And you have a tendency to not trust the most aggressive energy in a situation sometimes. And that's not, because like, it's kind of like you don't trust that straightforward stuff. You trust the woo-woo stuff. And I'm feeling like that's not going to serve you right now. Because you need both. We need both. Our first Triax card came up. I'm going to flip this down in a second. I just felt called to read yours a little differently. This Two of Triax talks about combining to make an effective power, the combining of opposites to make an effective power. And that's, I think that the moon energy and the intensity of the Emperor are pretty much there. And that might be what that's what you're wrestling with now. Let's see how I can do a down camera transition this time. Learning so many things. Yay, autofocus. It's time to combine. It's time to integrate. Oh gosh, this is the Eight of Triax, and it's kind of it's pretty self-explanatory card, and visually, because you are in a battle with yourself for this intuitive information versus the aggressive. And I think for you right now, you're wanting to figure out how to use your aggressive energy in a way that feels right, in a way that lines up with your ideals and ideas, how to create this effective power. What's been going on? So you've been in a quiet time of isolation a lot of figuring, but you know, it hasn't been particularly effective for you. I think you might have been hanging out in that space yet a little too long, so that you need to move forward from it. And if money has you at a standstill, you were trying to figure out, how am I going to move forward? How am I going to create some ways? And it looks like you came up with some ideas, and you gotta. That's why the idea that you've been working on isn't. You need to reassess it. It's not. It's coming from a very bravado place, and that, like, leaning too far over here isn't gonna serve you. So, this is really, really challenging for you. You want to have it all together. You want to be organized. You want to come out of, you want to break out of winter in a way that is clear and direct, and in a knowingness. But you're not grounded enough yet. You have to ground some more. You have to ground this idea some more, because you're wanting to put a Band-Aid on things. Or you have been in the past. You've been wanting to Band-Aid things, and that's not going to work. That's why you're in suspension and can't quite make a move, because you're not really wanting to harness all of this. It's intimidating, and it's a lot of wrestling. So, but there is a lot of fulfillment to be had for it. It's not about muscling through, it's about feeling your way through, and then using your fire energy to balance with your emotions. And there's a real helpful loving energy and mentoring kind of Queen of Wands energy available to you. And this person, because I do believe, like, right up in here, this is you. So this would be a person that is senior to you, older than you, but can help you strike the balance of emotions and drive. And then coming also into support is some nice, might not be forever. If it's a love relationship, it might come in and come out, but it's going to feel good, and it's going to give you the kind of lift out of this ruminating in your mind and worrying about money and job and finances. They're here to ease that along. So help is on the way. Help is on the way. I suggest you get out the house and get into your sociable self, because things are way better than you realize. And to meet these things, go out and meet these things. Go out and meet these things. Position of self. Oh, we got to. Yeah, because if I need you to go out. I need you to get out of the house and get things moving again. It's time to get things moving again. You're going to need to lean, like, I feel like you don't quite know how to use your aggressive energy. And so when you use it, it's just like, wow, like all hell breaks loose. But that's better if it'll shake you up. You need this quiet time, this suspension, this contemplation, but you've been in it too long, and you're stopping up your growth. Is anybody else causing it to happen? Well, if you're worried about money and you feel like you don't have resources, if there's resources or kids or things that are needing more and more of your time, that can stop it up. But you have to do whatever you can, because you're wanting to feel inspired and connected, and in a sense of knowing. You're wanting very, very much. This is the Separator. It's a 22nd major arcane card in this deck, and it is about actively integrating our different body, mind, spirit, ethereal bodies and our soul. It's about integrating the lesson, really getting it to move forward. It comes even after the Judgment card and the Rebirth. It's the putting it into action card. And for you to put it into action is to listen to people, stay open to new ideas. Wow, that's funny. I feel like I contradicted. There's a discernment. I feel like I contradicted what I said at the top of the conversation in terms of not defining yourself from others. So that's a fine line, right? Like, listen, but you still define yourself. You're still integrating yourself, and the support to integrate, she's right there for you. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. And the water signs are going to do you a lot of love and justice, because your earth energy is a little like it's determined, but something is off track in the idea. So outcome in terms of business ideas or relationship, what are we talking about? Business ideas, the way forward is coming, and that integration is the order of the day. This card is the Seven of Triacs, and it is the challenge to integrate yourself. It's kind of the minor arcane version of this card. So a lot of integration across all signs, a lot of processing and drawing on strength. You are drawing in your strength, and this person is going to help you draw in strength so that you can get past what's been depleted. And the lesson to get past being like what has been confusing you is you thought there was a match and a matchup that wasn't there, that everything appeared. This card is so powerful, and it has come up in at least 4 other readings so far. And I know it's new to people because most people aren't used to this particular deck, but it speaks so many volumes to when we're in situations where everything looks complete. It seems like everybody's on the same page, but there is a fundamental difference that is irreconcilable, and there's no way around it, and it is time that we face it. And yes, it can be devastating, but it leads us on that we have the strength. It leads us on a deep path of honesty to carry on. I love 6 of Swords in this deck because it pulls in more elements. Like each sword has an element going around because we are integrating, and we are here by divine design. So this is about you using all of you, integrating all of you and the strength of that so that you come together in your divine design. And the inspiration and the insight, and look, the ability to tame this fiery energy. She's just got that dragon chilling. That's where you're going. That's what you're working on. That's what you're working with this spring. You're taming, you're listening to your emotions, you're being influenced, and you are working your fire. You're working your fire energy, and you're doing so with a lot of love and support that's coming in. This person isn't new to you. This queen is someone who you can go to. This guy might be a fella, might be a lady, also a water sign, is coming into you or presenting themselves to you in a new way. And they have a lot to help you nurture yourself. So be on the lookout for them. I'm going to wrap us up with 3 cards from the Tantric Dakini Oracle that they've been really tying together the readings quite nicely, and I hope you enjoy it too. Ooh, share with me which cards you like. Ooh, you got a lot. You don't need all of that, but survival's definitely in the party. You're in the party, and this one says I'm in the party. The Phoenix, the last laugh of the future, and survival. So, reading 19, the Phoenix from the Flames. Rebirth, the rays of the sun reemerging after the darkness of light. Liberation of the spirit previously imprisoned in matter. Fire levels all things, reducing all structures of mankind to ashes. Out of the ashes of the fire of passion, there rises the capacity for selfless love. Meditate on this aspect and on its power of transmutation, for to love is to see love everywhere in all things. 64, the last laugh. Take a position of ascendancy in the present situation, and all obstacles will be overcome. See the humor in all situations rather than taking life too seriously. Even morbidity is only a state of mind. Learn to laugh at yourself and at the situations you find yourself in. In doing so, cut through all limitations normally attributed to karma. Free yourself of attachments. Survival. The situation portrayed by this card is the instinct to survive. The pollution may be in one's domicile or even in one's mind itself. Yet within both, there is the potent desire to survive at all costs. The indication is that the positive will always triumph, whatever the odds, and that this realization, even in appalling situations, is itself the seed of the cure. Beautiful. I'll let that sit with you. And I hope you enjoyed our conversation. There's a lot going on. Yes, Aquarius, you're going to do it. You're going to balance it out. I know that you are. And it's an ongoing journey, right? So we get this far this April and we go through May, and then it seems like we're going in circles, but we are spiraling up. We are spiraling up. So take good care, and I hope you will visit with me again soon.